These are 5 gigs we would travel back in time to see. So thanks to Janelle Monáe's rather recent and bold claim that she has time travelled back to 1973 to watch David Bowie as Ziggy Stardust, it got us wondering at Far Out what 5 shows we would see if we were afforded the same power. And number 1 is David Bowie as Ziggy Stardust at Hammersmith Odeon in 1973. To be honest, if we had the exact same power as Janelle Monáe, we would actually join her on that tour and we would catch the very last show David Bowie played as Ziggy Stardust. The set list was absolutely jam-packed with monster hits, from Changes to Moon Age Daydream to the mind-bending Width of a Circle, all delivered in a stylised concept that hasn't really been topped since. At number 4 is Oasis Nebworth in 1996. Sure, while the current Oasis reunion shows seem to be scratching the itch, there's something about watching them at the peak of Britpop and Cool Britannia that just feels inherently charming. This was before mobile phones and before social media. But perhaps more importantly than that is it's a chance to watch a band capturing lightning in a bottle. Simply put, this is Oasis at their very peak. At number 3 is the Beatles in the Cavern Club in 1962. Okay, in an ideal world, the time machine would allow us to stop the Beatles from retiring live, giving us the opportunity to see them play some of those later songs in a live setting. But nevertheless, this is just a rare chance to see them play live. Sure, it might not be as polished as we'd like, but to see these 4 icons rubbing shoulders in a small independent venue would undoubtedly be historic. And number 2 is Aretha Franklin at Fillmore West in 1971. The live album is one of the best live albums of all time, so the real live show just might be the exact same thing. Franklin's voice in this performance is truly mesmerising as it ticks off a string of her greatest hits, as well as the band who are frenzied yet airtight, but more importantly, they introduced Ray Charles for a cameo of a couple songs, which would have been the ultimate moment to catch. And at number 1 is James Brown in Zaire, Africa, 1974. There was no one like James Brown in 1974. There's not been anyone like him since. He's arguably the greatest performer of all time, and this show goes a long way to proving why. He arrives on stage with outrageous swagger. He derobes straight away and then drops into one of the most crazy dance routines of all time, all the while hitting every vocal note from his iconic hit The Payback. Everything about this is performance mastery at work. From the band to James Brown himself, it's near enough a perfect show.